Hey, my name's Jack, and once again we have four new Ascendancy classes for the Legacy of Phrecia event. For PoE 1, we have the Whisperer for the Ranger, we have the Herald for the Witch, the Paladin for the Duelist, and the Polytheist for the Templar. Let's start with the Whisperer, starting at bottom left. Not a word, 50% increased blind effect, 100% increased stealth, blind enemies on the hit. So blind is really good, and it's also 50% increased. So what blind does is it makes the enemies miss. I mean, kind of duh, but it stacks together with evasion, which means that you can hit high amounts of evasion really easily. For those who don't know what stealth is, it's a really obscure mechanic. Stealth is the range at which monsters see you and like come to attack you. If you have high amounts of stealth, you can get closer to the enemies before they attack you. I don't know if it's possible to hit like a level where monsters just never attack you. I'm not certain if that's possible. But I remember there's some really obscure items which have this modifier as well. Your mind is destroyed. Increases in reduction to spell damage also apply to attacks at 150% of their value. That is really good. For example, for Crown of the Eyes and like what's it called? The iron, not iron reflexes, the one that gives you like spell damage based on your strength, Iron Mind or something. And there's also a pair of gloves which give you like which convert your spell damage to attacks as well. So this is absolutely a good note, which you can make some fun stuff with. Have you forgotten projectiles from attacks fork? Straight up, that's really good. Projectiles from attacks can fork one additional time. Normally, you need like a skill jump slot or like an ascendancy node, or like something big to get this, or like a unique item modifier. Like having the straight up is really good. It's also specifically not bow attacks, it's projectiles, which means all projectiles, even the ones from spells, right? Like Mud Mob, for example, or like Frostblades, or like Spark. That's a projectile. This is really good note. Don't panic yet. 100% of physical damage is taken from mana before life. Wow! 100%. I've never seen this before. This is a fucking crazy defense layer. Especially with the mana region that you can attain. This is literally one of the best defense layers for casters I have ever seen. That is crazy. I have never seen such a good defense. Like we've been asking for casters to get like a defense layer against physical damage for ages because casters really don't want to take determination, but they kind of need to, right? Because otherwise you just get one shot. This right here with mana stackers, crazy, absolutely insane. In Infinite Pursuit, intelligence provides no inherent bonuses to maximum mana, +1 maximum mana per dexterity. That's okay. It's a bit weird. It's like a trickster thing, probably like a shadow thing, but it's actually like this is a ranger ascendancy, right? But I don't know how that could be useful exactly. Like you have like sure, I mean you have 1,000 maybe like deck stackers. Oh yeah, deck stackers would like together with this node. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty good, right? You can totally do some fun stuff with a deck stacker here. We know all 50% increased mana cost of skills. Attack skills have added lightning damage equal to 4% of your maximum mana. Wow, they're really going in on mana here. 50% increased mana cost. That is not good. Maybe if you're an archmage, it's good, but I see some applications here with Lightning Strike, for example. Together with these three, I'd say there's some synergy here, for sure. Wait a little. Gain 10 rage after spending a total of 200 mana. Oh, that's easy. Easy. That's pretty good as well. It's like a new way to regenerate, to get rage. But just spamming an ability, that's pretty fucking good, actually. Breathe Deep. 50% increased mana recovery from flash. Non-instant mana recovery from flash is also recovered as life. Oh, so you have like a mana flash that also recovers life as well at the same time? Yo, that's pretty fucking nice. Because the divine mana flash, they regen mana like real quick. That's pretty good actually. And you can also do an enduring flash, right? And when you have an enduring flash, it doesn't stop when your mana reaches full. I wonder if this also works with life then. If it like takes over if it realizes that the mana flask is still going and it just continues reaching life as well. That's pretty good then. Absolutely. That's like a free Slayer ascendancy. They kind of like Overleech, except its region. There's more. +4 to minimum frenzy charges, +4 to minimum power charges, +1 to maximum frenzy charges and maximum power charges. Interesting. So you always have at least 4 frenzy and power charges. For those who don't know, minimum charges are not usable. You cannot consume them. That is one of the downsides, but nonetheless, it's like really easy to have. It's really nice still to have like that amount of minimum charges at all times, right? I think you feel like a charge stacker. This is pretty nice actually. You always have like a base level of charge, and then you get +1 frenzy and +1 to maximum power charge for free, basically. Overall, this ascendancy node is really cracked. Like each one of these nodes is really good. There's no downsides anywhere. I need to see more stuff like this. Like this thing right here, I can tell is gonna be a lot of picked. I can see a lot of mana builds coming with this. Very good. Like deck stacking and like charge stacking, like very good stuff in here. The Herald. For, what was it? Yeah, the Witch. Start at the top. Apocalypse, proceed to level of all Herald skill gems. Okay, I see what we're going for. Already, like, we're gonna do some Herald stackers. It's been a while since Herald stackers been viable in Part of Exile. Scourge, +2 to maximum number of Sentinels of Purity, +2 to maximum virulence. Minions deal 66% increased damage while you are affected by a Herald. This one's a little bit all over the place. Virulence is one of the stats for Plague Bearer, skill gem. And then Sentinels of Purity are, like, what's it called? I can't remember. It's like Summon Holy Root? No, it's not that one. It's one of the attacks where you attack an enemy and you kill it and it summons one of these Sentinels of Purity. I think it's the physical Herald aura. I can't remember what's it called right now. I think it's actually called Herald of Purity. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Herald of Purity. I don't know what this maximum virulence is. Oh, that's for Herald of the poison variant. Right. So this is all Herald stuff. Again, right. I was confused for a moment. Persecution, +5% to critical strike chance of Herald skills. Herald skills have 50% increased area of effect. This one's the second one is like, oh, that's +5%. Oh, that's base. Is that base? +5%. It doesn't say increase, so it must be base. Oh, that's really good. That's actually kind of crazy. Like base critical strike chance is always really good. Okay, so each one of them has like +5 base. That's really good. And then the increased area of effect, like you definitely want that for Herald of Ice and Herald of Thunder. And like actually all of them, like that's actually really good. You can overlap a lot of this stuff and just blast packs. That's a really good ascendancy node. Coming Calamity, your aura skills are disabled. Downside, once again, 200% increased mana reservation efficiency of Herald skills. I mean, what are you gonna do when you hit mana reservation and you have all the Herald skills and you have mana over? Are you just gonna be like, okay, I have mana over, I'm not gonna do anything with this, right? You wanna use it. You wanna use auras. It's kinda, I don't know about this one. Especially because you would probably go for like a low life build and then use energy shield, so you reserve life and mana at the same time to get like auras and heralds probably. I don't know. I don't like these downsides. It's kind of like 200% increase mana reservation is crazy, right? It's like a stupid amount. But like disabling your aura skills, I'm not sure if that's worth it. Future Nostalgia, 75% to chaos resistance while affected by Herald of Agony. That is like literally insane. You go minus 60, right? So you are at plus 15, and then you just need to hit another 60, and then you're at like, then your chaos res capped. That is a really good, unironically very good. Chaos resistance is one of the harder resistances to get in the game. You could also use an amethyst flask, which gives you 30, so you had 45%. That's really good. Future regret. Oh yeah, of course, Herald of Agony has 100% increased buff effect. Future regret. Herald of Thunder has 100% increased buff effect. Ooh, auto bombers rejoice. 5% to maximum lightning resistance while affected by health. That's just straight up good. You always want maximum resistance, just a straight up a good note. I think this one's gonna be really good for auto bombers. Future Anguish. Herald of Ash has 1% increased buff effect. And then +5 to maximum fire resistance while affected by Herald of Ash. Okay, so each one of these is gonna be like the elemental board. So this one gives ice and cold. This one gives this one the physical version, 50% and physical damage reduction. So you can choose only one of these. I would probably either choose the physical or the chaos variant because they're just too good. Like, especially PDR is annoying to get with armor as a caster. But you're probably gonna do like a Templar for like a Herald stacker, right? So you're probably gonna have armor. Might actually go with one of these down here. Retribution, 20% chance to gain elemental conflux for 4 seconds when you kill an enemy. Elemental conflux is one of the things for the elementalist. What does it do again? I think it gives you all the chance to do all like shock, ignite, and chill freeze at the same time. Like all of your hits do that. Let's take a look. If I remember correctly. Yes, all of your damage ignites, all of your damage chills, all of your damage shocks. And then there's another for Secrets of Suffering, which is Scorch, Brittle, and Sap, but I'm not sure if Elemental Conflux specifically gives as well as these 3 down here. You kind of have to test it, right? But nonetheless, that's pretty good, especially on kill. Really good for clearing. Gain additional damnation. Gain additional elemental damage reduction equal to half your chaos resistance. That synergizes with this over here too. That's pretty good. Maximum endurance, frenzy, and power to 0. Okay, downside, great. That is just, it's not worth it. Like, you want charges, like as a Herald stacker, especially like endurance and frenzy. Like, you gotta go fast. You're a Herald stacker, right? Fuck. Why the downside? Stop. Stop putting in downsides. Paladin for what was it? The Duelist actually. Interesting. Start at the top left. Bring the battle. Enemies taunted by you take 30% increased damage. Enemies taunted by you deal 20% less damage. Wow. With hits and ailments against other targets. What do you mean against other targets? I want them to do less damage against me. So I taunt them and they do less damage against minions? Is this like a minion thing? Warcries have infinite power though, is really, really good. It's always been good. Absolution. Curses are inflicted on you instead of link targets. Oh, this is totally like a party play / minion thing. 30% increase effect of non-curse auras from your skills where you have a linked target. 40% is a lot. That is really good. And curses being on you instead of your linked target. This is especially good when you have like a immunity to curse flash up, or like you have what's it called, that shield? It's called a series mirror, and it reflects curses. Very good, very good. So basically, the curses get afflicted on your linked target, then you just reflect them back after they get transferred to you. Pretty good. Deep connection +5 to level of all link skill gems. That's a lot. Lose no experience when you die because the linked target died. Okay. I mean, not a hardcore viable node, but actually it is viable because of +5 to level of link skill gems, but it's kind of funny. My philosophy is you should never take nodes which are like modifiers when you die, because you never want to die, right? Your goal is to never die. So I think the second one is extremely bad, but the first one is actually really good. It's kind of cancel each other out, so it's kind of meh at the end. Field medicine, magic utility flask applied to your 40% increased effect. That's also a lot, and that's pretty good. Especially, it's an ascendancy node instead stacked with everybody's favorite mage blood, right? So it's kind of crazy. Non-unique utility flags you use also apply to linked targets. That's even better. That's like, that makes mage blood like 3 times as good. It's crazy. Discipline, grant level 30 discipline skill. Level 30 is like really high. Normally you can't get that high. That's actually really good. Okay, you just gain determination and gain grace as well. Do you choose? It's a hard choice. You would probably take determination, right? You want armor. Armor is crazy. Can an aura stacker get higher though? I've never played an aura stacker. An aura stacker can probably get way higher aura levels, so I don't know if this node is actually good. Have to check in with Empyrean Gaming on this one. Anointed champion, you have consecrated ground around you or stationary. Effects of consecrated ground on you create linger for 4 seconds. Being stationary is shit. You want to be always moving. Moving is a layer of defense in Path of Exile. Bad ascendancy. And consecrated ground is not that good, honestly. Elemental Valiance, a 25% chance to trigger level 20 summon elemental relic when you or nearby ally kill an enemy or hit a rare unique enemy. Depends on what the elemental relic does, but it's kind of not bad. Light of Divinity, nearby enemies take 25% increased elemental damage. That's pretty good. Bring the battle. Right, we had this one already. Like a lot of like linked stuff and like party play. There's like literally party play ascendancy. I'm kind of disappointed because I wanted Paladin, right? I want to be like, I want the holy man ascendancy, which like shoots down bolts of holy lightning. Fuck. I wanted like holy lightning bolt, and like I wanted like things which gave you like insane life regen or something like that, you know? Or like really high amounts of block chance, or like on block you like shoot like bolts of lightning. It's kind of disappointing. Let's look at the Polytheist. Devout of Gruskool. +3 to maximum life. That's a lot. Regenerate 8% of life per second. That's also a lot. Spell skills deal no damage. Your spells are disabled. What? What the fuck? That's so bad. It's like, oh, it's the most insane downside I've ever fucking seen. Okay, sure. This was for what again? For the Templar? You want to have no spells on a Templar? What? I mean, maybe if you only use like Lightning Strike, but sure, whatever. Devout of Ralakesh. +3 to minimum endurance, charge +3 to fancy, +3 to power. Not bad at all, but like again, minimum charges cannot be consumed. Devout of Lunaris, spells fire 2 additional projectiles. That's really good. Nova spells cast at the targeted location instead of around you. That is actually normally reserved to a unique ring, which makes it extremely good. I kind of wanna just this ascendancy node alone makes me kind of wanna play it because I always want to play like an Ice Nova caster who self casts Ice Nova instead of like using traps or like any other way to trigger them. This looks really good. Could be like cast on crit or like cast on crit Nova. That would be really funny. How would that work? How would that interact with this ascendancy? Interesting. Devout of Yugol, Hex Reflection. Insane. Hex Reflection is crazy. Pretty much it makes you immune to curse. Immune to reflected damage. Somebody call Slytherin. Somebody call Slytherin. He needs this one. This one is his. Who hexes can affect hexproof enemies. Very, extremely good node. Extremely good node. Hex Reflection is like a crazy layer of defense. Because it also makes you immune to map modifier hexes, which means you can run like Temporal Chains map, you can run Enfeeble maps. Very, very good. Devout of Aberrath, Burning Hoofprints. Triggers level 20 Aberrath Fury. This one is build enabling, straight up. We're gonna see builds come out of this one. Normally, this one is reserved to Aberrath Hoof. Unique item for your boot slot. This one makes this one you can do some auto bomber stuff with. I'm definitely gonna see builds with this one. I might actually put on the old path of building and try something with this. Devout of Solaris. Nearby enemies are blinded. Very good. 100% increased critical strike chance against blinded enemies. Very good as well. Enemies blinded, but you have 100% reduced critical strike chance. Overall, very, very solid node. Good layer of defense that gives you good amount of crit. Devout of Garrett Khan. 100% increased evasion rating while moving. Yes, moving is good. Immune to burning ground, shock ground, and shield ground. Straight up, very good. Regenerate 4% life per second while moving. 100% increased moderation while moving. Straight up good node. Good layer of defense being immune to these ground effects, especially shock ground. Shock ground in the end game is so dangerous because you need to be immune to it. You need to find a way to be immune to shock ground, but it's really hard. Like taking 50% like more damage is like a death sentence. So this one is really good actually. Devout of Vislatha. Enemies you've hit recently have 100% increased life regeneration rate. Reduced life regeneration rate. Okay, so counters like those stupid, annoying, rare region mobs. Pretty good. 30% more. Oh my god. 30% more? Maximum attack damage? Oh my god, that is so much. This, together with Rislatha's coil? Oh my god, that's so much damage. Very good. Devout of the Brand King, plus 10 to maximum cold rest. Very good. Cannot be frozen on an ascendancy node. Right. Normally you get it from like an implicit on your boots or something. Like, kinda, it's not bad. It's not super good. The maximum cold resistance is good nonetheless, though. Makes it easier to hit like cold rest cap. Overall, this one is kind of. This one is like, this one's good. For sure, this one's good. Like, there's some, like, this one is kind of disappointing. But the other ones, like, there's some build enabling stuff in here, some good layers of defense, some very interesting stuff. Overall, pretty good. These four are all pretty, like, except maybe, like, actually, this Paladin one is good as well, just for party play, right? I think these four are pretty good. There's gonna come some stuff. I think these ones are gonna be the most used one, unless the next one is gonna be even more crazy. And that's the video. If you like, leave a like, leave a subscribe. See you around.